Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Haley and I'm very happy to have you here today. I am barefaced right now because I will be doing Kim Kardashian's Drugstore everyday makeup look, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be super cheap, like drugstore makeup. No, it was not, and I couldn't actually find every single thing that she used in this video because it was from 2019. So maybe some things don't exist anymore. Also, prices definitely went up because the True Match Super Blendable foundation that she uses, it said it was $7 in the video. This little thing was like $14, so doubled in price. I was able to find what I could. I'm improvising in some places, but overall, I think I'll have like a good gist of what the look is supposed to be. So I'm excited to get into it because the makeup artist, he said a bunch of his like favorite products and I was able to find those, so I'm excited to try them. Alright, so I already put a little bit on earlier today, but I'm gonna do a little bit more because my face can get super dry sometimes with makeup, and I'm using this Wild Rose Spotless Serum, a vitamin C serum. I showed this in my FabFitFun video. It's really good for dark spots, so I use that a lot, and also it's like a nice little primer in my opinion. Makes my skin very smooth and silky. So let me pull up the video because I didn't memorize it.
What's up, everyone?
Yeah, okay, so he started with the foundation. Really weird. I don't know, actually I don't know if it's that weird, but I will start off my makeup sometimes with concealer and then go on with foundation and then do more concealer. I don't know if that's weird, but I feel like it makes it super like blended, and I don't know, I just feel like it goes on better. I could be super wrong though. Sometimes I use a brush to put foundation on, sometimes I use a beauty blender. I'm just using my finger right now. It's called Super Blendable, and he said in the video it's super buildable, so I think that's really nice. I feel like my foundation always fades by the end of the day and everything like shows through, all the blemishes, so I'm putting it on really weird. Please don't judge me. Okay. Also, I'm sure everyone knows this, but when you dampen your beauty blender, it makes all the difference. Okay, I don't think I put enough on. I'm gonna do a little bit more. Oh shoot, that came out super fast. I forgot how full this is. I'm also really not great at finding my right color. I've never been great at it. It's either like too light or too pink. This doesn't look too bad. Guys, I'm not a makeup expert by any means, but I do enjoy it, you know? I loved to paint when I was younger, so it's kind of like painting. It's fun. I think that looks pretty good. I still see pink through my skin, but I mean, maybe I'll do a little bit more after. Sorry, I don't want to make this video super long and all about just putting foundation on. He set the eyelids with this under eye concealer. Couldn't find it, but I found a L'Oreal one. L'Oreal, I don't know. And so I thought this was close enough, and it was also really hard to find like a nice light shade that went with like the fair shade of the True Match foundation. So let's see, I've never used L'Oreal concealer before, so but he sets the eyelid, so I'm gonna do that. Oh, I think that was a lot. Oh my god, how heavy is this stuff? Oh, that's not bad at all. That's actually pretty nice. I feel like I look like a ghost in this video. Good thing I'm wearing a white shirt so you can tell I'm not as white as you think I might be, but I'm pretty pale. Okay, not bad. And then he uses a powder to set the eyelids. Guys, I'm really trying. He uses this NYX transparent powder, but they didn't have NYX at this pharmacy, so I got this Wet n Wild. I actually feel like Wet n Wild is sometimes underrated. Just gonna go in with a little bit of this powder because I was definitely in need of a powder because I never really set my makeup. Sometimes I use like setting spray, like the Urban Decay. I think it's called like All Night something, All Night Yes, okay, it's just called Urban Decay All Nighter. Next, okay, so he does eyebrows next. Honestly, I have pretty dark eyebrows, so I really never put anything in them. Sometimes if I feel like darkening them just a bit, I have this brow extender. It's really cool. I think it was my mom's and I just found it in her like makeup stuff. It's really cool, it's really interesting, and you just like put it in wherever you feel like you want, you know, a little bit darker, and then you just take your little eyebrow brush and then you just blend it out. I don't wear a lot of heavy makeup, so it's kind of like hard for me to ever see them like super dark. Like, I'll tell you a funny story about it in 1 second when I start the next part. Okay, he does eyeshadow. I might use one of my Kylie palettes for this. I don't like these colors. I don't think they work for the look. Maybe not a Kylie palette. I have this e.l.f. clay eyeshadow palette. I think I might just go in with that because it seems like it might match the colors the best. I couldn't even find the colors that he was using in this video, truthfully. Like, I don't know. I feel like they must be a little older. I'll just use a little bit of this. But going back to my eyebrows, I worked with pink when I was in college, and I went to New York City with them to work on this little campaign that they were doing, and I was in one of the videos that they used for their IGTV to promote the campaign, and they did my eyebrows because they were doing their makeup for the video, and my eyebrows were so dark, and like they looked good because they were like full, but I was not used to it, and I was like, oh my god, what did they do? I was like, what happened? And like obviously I couldn't change it because, like, you know, and they're professionals. Like, the makeup came out great, but I was just like, these eyebrows are not me. They looked like super thick here, like they filled this part in really deep, and I was like, oh my god, what are you doing? Still a great experience, but I felt a little traumatized by how my eyebrows looked. I don't hate that. I think this looks pretty good because he did this kind of like dark, almost like purpley, smoky look. I don't know if you can really tell, but I tried that a little bit. He said he forgot to pick up what's it called? An eyeliner. So he had to use an eyeshadow for the eyeliner, which I think I'll also do just to copy him. He says to dampen a brush before you do eyeliner, which is kind of a good idea. Alright, my Sipping Pretty Kylie Jenner palette. I think this was from her 21st birthday collection. I'm gonna go in with the dark black one. Let's see, I need a really thin brush, so. Sometimes I don't know how makeup artists do it, because like I love doing my own makeup and I think like sometimes I'm decent at it, but then I'll do like my friend's makeup and I'm like, why does it come out like she's a clown? I'm like, I'm not good at doing other people's makeup, so good for makeup artists to be able to have that skill. I'm just gonna blend it into my eyeshadow because I don't really want like a solid looking line. He applies 2 different concealers to under her eyes, but honestly I just have one, and he was doing it because like one was peachier and one was like a little more, I guess, like dark, so he wanted to like blend the two, but I'm okay just using my one. Truthfully, I'm good with just one. And he says he takes his damp beauty blender and blends it down, which is something I always do. They also say not to put the concealer like right under your eye because then you're just gonna have like a really thick crease there. So like to blend it up and to blend it down is like the way to do it. Okay, I actually really like this. This isn't a bad concealer because the one I have, I like it, but sometimes I feel like it's still pretty dark under my eyes, so. Looking closely, kind of makes my pores look a little weird. I don't know if my skin was still dry, but they do look a little weird. I think this concealer is a little thick and a little heavy, so that might be why, but I don't think it looks bad. Like, I think it looks pretty good, so I'm just gonna roll with it for now. Okay, so he uses more pressed powder all over the face, so. Okay, he's doing her mascara, and I found the one. Everything's falling apart. I found the one that he's using, and he's like, I'm loyal to this one, like I love this one, so I'm like, oh my god, perfect, I'm glad I found it. It's the L'Oreal, wish I understood how to say that, L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. And I'm gonna go in and use that on my top and bottom lashes. Sometimes I heard, I don't know if it was Kylie Jenner, I heard somewhere that if you use like brown on the lower lash, it looks a little bit more natural. I don't have brown mascara, nor do I feel like buying a second one just for my bottom lashes, but I think that's a cool idea, like, because I don't want it to look too heavy sometimes. So I think that might be a more natural option. Oh my god, this angle of me, I'm like I think that's nice. Just do a little bit on the bottom. I really don't like going in heavy with it. I think we're nearing the end. Stick with me, guys. Oh yeah, there was a cool bronzer he used, but they didn't have that. They didn't have any of the bronzers in that brand. So I went with the Wet n Wild contouring palette. I think it's a clay palette. I kind of like those because they tend to be a little bit more smoother, like a creamy kind of application, so that's nice. That 3 shape is what you do. I'll just use this for example. Like, I know this is what I always do. I know a lot of people do this, but you start with the bronzing contour here, and then you just go down. You bring it down and highlight jawbone. It's your jawbone, right? That's the whole point of this styling. Now make it look a little bit sharper, right? Right. Oh my god. All right, I'm gonna go in with my Real Techniques brush. Actually, yeah, I'm not using the right one. Hang on. This is the one that I'm going to be using, this Real Techniques brush. I use this for like all my contouring. I love it. I think it just works out really perfectly. It just is a nice little... Okay, that's a nice color. I was worried it was going to be super orange or something. You can see it. I'm going to blend it, obviously, but I'm just going to go around. I'm not always good at blending this out too well because it always ends up looking a little bit like a streak, but I try my best. Well, that's also the trick. I'm assuming everybody knows that too, but pulling your cheek. Also, I own it somewhere. I never use it. I just don't use it. Blush. If you saw before, my cheeks are naturally very pink. Like, I just have a very pink face. So when I do my makeup, I'm not like, let me add more. Like, I'm just kind of like, let me get away from that for a minute. So that's why I never really use it. Maybe I should, but eventually, like, the makeup starts to either like come off a little bit or the pink just shines right through. So either way, I'm kind of like, I just don't use it. I just don't need it, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys ever just use a brush for one thing and then just start touching up another part and you're just like, okay, I'll just keep doing it with the same one? I'm so bad with that. Okay, so I really like the highlight powder he uses. It's Physicians Formula Powder Palette Mineral Glow Pearls. I couldn't find that. I don't know what that brand even is, but sorry. But I'm very loyal to my Sephora Radiant Luminizing Drops. I've had this for so long. I use it every single time I do like a big full face of makeup, and I love it. It's just like, it's fun to blend. I kind of like just, you know, the way it looks, the way it comes out, and the way to apply it. So I just do like a little bit. I don't even do full drops because it comes out, you know, a lot. So I just do like little dots here, little dots here on my cheekbones, and then I'll like touch it because sometimes I don't want to put it like right on my eye, but I'll do right here, which I think is like what he's basically doing on her too. I think he like, I'll watch it again, but he pulls it across her. Oh, this is blending weird with the concealer. I should have used a powder highlighter. Great. Wow, I'm not happy at all with that. Can I get it off? Okay, so scratch that. That looks pretty bad. I really hope you guys can't see. I'm really bummed that that didn't blend well since I'm so loyal to it, but whatever. I'm gonna go in then with my Wet n Wild highlighting powder. I have this like big flare brush, and I'm just gonna a little bit on the nose. Sometimes I also like to do it right above my lip. I think that's really pretty. I really can't tell how it looks on the camera, so I swear it doesn't look bad in person if it looks weird on the camera. Gosh, do you guys have like a bunch of little flyaways too? A good secret hack to doing that is just spraying hairspray on one of your little eyebrow brushes and then just pulling it through the hair, and it like stays really well. I think Lauren Giraldo taught me that. And since then I'm like, genius, genius. The last thing he does is lipstick, and honestly, like, I don't really wear it. Like, I love lip gloss. Like, I'm always just wearing a clear lip gloss, but he does this kind of like peachy color on her lips, so I can try that. Her lips are a little like glowy, so I don't know if he uses also yeah, okay, so he uses a lip shine. I really didn't buy it just because I was like, I'm not really ever going to use lipstick. So also there were so many options and I'm like, I don't know, and they all didn't have any of the ones that he uses. So but I was thinking of blending like these two together. If you guys can see that. Why doesn't anything ever like to focus? All right, it doesn't want to focus right now on these, but these are the two that I think I'll blend. This one's NYX, and this one I think is from some TJ Maxx box of lipsticks that I must have gotten at one point. So I love this NYX one because it smells so good. I'm also really bad at lipstick. Like, for someone who loves to paint, I can't put on lipstick to save my life. So did a little bit, blend it out, kind of. Going in with this other one. I've never blended lipsticks before. I don't do this ever. Okay, this is pretty. Like, people who can also overline their lips, like, good for you, because I just have no idea how to do that. I'm also scared because I have really small lips, so it doesn't really work for me well. You know that old trick that your mom taught you where you just do that to make sure you get all the extra lipstick off so it doesn't get on your teeth? That is excuse you, jacket. So that is the entire look. The lipstick is obviously not the same, but the whole idea of like the darker eyeshadow with that little with the eyeshadow eyeliner, which I love. It's just such a nicer, like, smoother looking finish. The mascara is actually really nice. Like, I'm looking at it and I think this is like a really nice option, like cheaper option. The foundation I like. I do think it's the concealer that's making my skin not want to blend with my highlighter. Kind of frustrating. I'll show you guys like different lighting, but I'm pretty happy with this look. I think it's nice. I think I'm ready for a night out on the town. Woo! Okay, so in more natural lighting, this is what it looks like. I think it looks pretty nice. Like, look at that. I think the mascara is so good. Also, I really tried with the lip color. Sorry, I tried my best. Bronzer is kind of hard for me, but I think I did a good job. That is all I have for you guys. Thank you for watching this video. Never thought I'd do a makeup video. Obviously, this wasn't me like showing you guys how to do it. I was just trying to mimic Kim Kardashian's drugstore look because I can't really always afford, you know, hundreds of dollars worth of makeup. So I thought this was a good alternative, and I think it still came out pretty good. So I'm happy with it. If you guys want to see more of this type of content, maybe not specifically doing my makeup. I have makeup all over my hands. Not specifically me doing my makeup, but just fun content like this. Please like this video and subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.